Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Fandom Fridays, where we proceed to check out all the fanfics that are not pony related. Why? Because I made a deal with an evil pyramid that had one eye in order to wipe out the memories of last week's horrible fanfic. So here I am about to do a Gravity Falls crossover. Now, which one you might ask? Would it be Scooby-Doo, one of the ones that would make the most sense? Would it be Sailor Moon, created by noted fanfic writer Emma Vitale? Would it be that one fanfic of My Hero Academia where Itadori lands on Earth because he's actually taking the role of Superman? Oh, that's not a Gravity Falls crossover fic. I just really want to read that at one point. Is it Supernatural? Another one that makes perfect sense. Or is it just some other random crossover with Ruby? The answer... Or is it a fanfic where Shadow winds up at a zoo and gets picked up by Mabel? The correct answer to all of these is... I'm doing one with a crossover you didn't believe I probably would find it. For those of you who might be curious to which one it is, well, it happens to be a fandom that I just realized we have yet to touch on this show. Hit it. Down! Boom! Yep, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to do a crossover between Gravity Falls and Edd Eddy. Why do I find these? Where do I get these? I blame Bill. Shut up and get back to work. Yes, sir. So, here we go. Edd Eddy's Gravity Falls by Damon the Demon. Why does that name sound familiar? You sure we haven't had him before on the show? I don't know, you've been through so many of these by now. Just read it. Yes, ma'am. Edd Eddy's Gravity Falls by Damon the Demon. Ooh, that actually has a good beat. Chapter 1. Goodbye, Weird. Hello, Weirder. It was currently 8 o'clock in the morning, and there, sitting on the curb at the bus stop with a large suitcase, was a 16-year-old boy with spiky black hair, a black and white t-shirt with sleeves being white and his shirt is black, dark jeans, and black shoes. His name was Eddie, and he is seriously tired and mainly bummed because his parents were sending him away from Peach Creek since it was his summer vacation. Eddie's POV... We can figure it out later! We do not need you to establish that it's somebody's different POV! Sorry, this is starting to become a twitching point with me. What's guys? My name's Eddie, leader of the trio that everyone loves. Now that you're probably wondering why yours truly is sitting on the sidewalk, the answer goes like this. Me and the boys were having so many adventures that some of them almost destroyed Peach Creek. Trust us, we've seen a lot of crazy and weird over the years, from getting sucked into Ed's video games, to double D opening a portal and letting out a monster from another dimension. My parents decided to send me away during summer vacation, and give old Peach Creek a break. Oh yeah, we're that bad. And take a break ourselves. Hi, Eddie! Sounded a happy voice. Eddie cringed a bit, and when he looked to his left, he met a tall, 17-year-old boy with a green jacket, short sleeves, and a red shirt underneath, orange buds cut... Oh, God, it's one of these! Just, please, put your descriptions over here. I think we can manage. When you guys are describing all this stuff to us, why not just go and describe to us what the air tasted like that day, or what the person's freaking cologne is? Also dragging a sorry suitcase was Ed. Yahoo right there is my buddy Ed. He's a dumb muscle in my group. Seriously, the guy's so dumb his brain's the size of a raisin. Not only that, but the guy is also the muscle group. Trust me, when you need muscle, Ed's always the perfect guy. Sir, he may be stupid, but his heart is definitely in the right place. That was a very creative use of capitalization. I approve. But in the way I have this bag? As he asked. Eddie looked at Ed's suitcase and merely sighed. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that your folks are sending you right away too, Lumpy! As I explained, whoa, you're good at this game! The person forgot to paragraph the people who are speaking. Whoever is listening to this, please put this in the comments, but why? Just why? Why do you people do this to me? Do you skip that class? Do you just not pay attention to when they say, class, today we are going to learn how to write dialogue. Now, rule 1, as presented by Moses. And let it be known, commandment 1 of writing. Thou shalt always start a new paragraph when a new speaker is present. Rule 2, thou must never cross over anything with Sonic the Hedgehog. It never turns out good. Yeah, that. Hey! I feel insulted. Eddie rolled his eyes while Ed's happy face twisted a sad one. Yeah, I'm going away too, he said in a broken tone. Eddie was about to say something when another voice interrupted. Good evening, gentlemen. An intelligent voice said. Eddie and Ed squinted to the right and saw a 16-year-old boy with a... It was Double D! He wears a black cap! We don't need to know the rest! Move on! He had 3 suitcases instead of 1. No, I'm not going to tell you whose POV it is. I'm going to let you guess! Now this guy here is Double D, but everyone calls him Double D. He's the smart one in the group. Trust me, a man's a total brainiac. Heck, he's even got his own lab for crying out loud. One of the things you don't want Double D doing is talk. Believe me, he talks all the time and his brain shuts down. The only thing to get him to stop up is say, "Sup, sockhead." Works every time. Did Frank Miller write this? No. If Frank Miller wrote this story, it would have had a lot more swearing, and Nass would have been naked. You seem rather disturbed about that. Trixie doesn't know, but she has a thing for Nash. But, of course, Trixie's favorite character is Kevin. Don't ask Trixie why. She just really enjoys Kevin. You people out there will probably have to actually look up IMDb for that gag. Just look up ML on IMDb to get that joke. Just look up MLP, Friendship is Magic, and Trixie. You'll figure out. Hi, Double D! Ed and Eddie said in unison. The smart Ed noticed their mood and said, "It would seem that we've all been informed of our current situation." Eddie said up, "Man, this stinks! Our parents sent us to another town because we made a few dents in Peach Creek. Not the dollies, but the stupid trip will waste our entire summer vacation." Eddie sighed. Ed's eyes teared up. "Life can be so cruel," he cried. Double D wasn't offended, but had a sad look on his face. "Will you stop abusing the comma? God! Well, I, for one, would agree with you, Eddie, but I believe that this is for our own good," Double D said. Eddie's eyes wide. "You're actually okay with this, sockhead?" Double D agreed. "Come now, Eddie. It'll be only for 1 year. In a few dents, we destroyed the playground, 3 houses, the candy store, and..." Eddie erupted. "Alright, I get it!" He groaned. Ugh. "But you know what's worse?" Double D waited for the answer. When he heard it was suck. "We could be together!" Okay, look, I appreciate the soft sentiment and the niceness, but last I checked, Eddie is not Twilight Sparkle or Pinkie Pie. No. Eddie wouldn't say this out loud. I mean, yeah, he would feel bad that he wasn't with his 2 cohorts, but Eddie would keep it on the inside and say out loud that he's not going to get any money from this. Double D's eyes widen.
Why, this is absurd. How could this be? I mean, we go everywhere together and do everything. And not once do we do it alone!
He exclaimed. Ed yelled and cried while running around in a circle. No! I'm not in my happy place, guys! I'm not in my happy place! Eddie said, Hey, come on! At least we'll email each other and send video messages. I mean, it's not the end of the world, right? Double D and Ed were silent while staring at something behind Eddie. Eddie was confused, and when he turned around, it was right into the ferry stare. The bus was here. There's something grammatically wrong with that sentence, but I'm not about to try to dissect it. Ed panicked. The bus is going to send us to the belly of Hades! He shouted as the bus stopped in front of him. Eddie said silently, Well, looks like this is it, boys. Double D nodded.
Indeed.
The three went into the door as it opened up for them. Ed had tears streaming down his face, while Double D covered him by patting on his back. Before Eddie climbed up, he looked back at his two friends. Well, I guess this is my stop, he said, trying desperately not to cry, since he wanted to be a tough guy. Oh, please. Knowing Eddie, it'd be more like this. Well, not that our parents would know. Okay, little ones, into the bag! Alright, I get to be clothing.
I would ask about the mathematical incorrections about this, but this doesn't seem...
Whatever, Eddie! Don't think just get it out! Alright, I'm ready. He said, trying not to cry. He wanted to be a tough guy. Ed gave him one of his giant bear hugs. Don't leave, Eddie! Don't let the bus take you to the underworld! Eddie skirted out. Knock it off, Ed! Ed still had a sad face, which caused Eddie to take back his comment. Hesitantly of his arm said, Oh, come here, Blowbrow! Okay, who are you and what is you with Eddie? Ed smiled wildly and hugged Eddie as he hugged back. Eddie looked at Double D, strangely looking at the bus with wide eyes. He said, Hey, what's with you? Double D said nothing, but merely pulled out a paper. His eyes were now the size of dinner plates. Ed and Eddie looked at her friend curiously. Eddie once again. Oh. Before you couldn't resist using the comma every 5 minutes. Now you're skipping it? Shame, Doc. For shame. Hey, Sockhead, did you hear me? I said... Eddie didn't finish a sentence when Ed said,
Eddie, what bus are you supposed to take?
Eddie raised an eyebrow. The bus to Oregon, why? Once again, he was interrupted and handed Eddie the paper once he shook it and sent Double D's shock. Eddie looked at it and asked, Do these people just write with no clue as to fractions or run-ons? Hey, Lumpy, did you say to your folks what bus you were taking? Ed closed one eye and was funny on his singing face. Finally he said, Ooh, I'm going to Oregano. Eddie and Ed stared at their friend until Double D said,
You mean Oregon, Ed?
What? Ed asked. Suddenly their eyes widened and large grins slowly put on their faces. Suddenly he laughed and cheered. Ha! You know that, Mom and Dad! No bus keeps the ends away from each other. Woo! He cheered. Double D. Double D what? He what? What? Come on, Vic! Answer me! Answer me, darling! What did Double D do?
This is truly a miraculous moment, gentlemen.
Ed jumped up and down while hugging his friends. Happy place! Happy place! Happy place! There, he said happy place. He's actually in character now. Are you happy? Good, because I'm not. The moment was interrupted when the bus driver spoke. Hi, will cage come or what? He had stopped and quickly hopped aboard before putting their suitcases inside. Surprisingly, the bus was completely empty. They quickly ran into the very back seat, still cheering as the bus came to leave. How about that? Looks like this wasn't such a bad day after all. It turns out we're going to the same place, and our parents don't even know. I hate to admit it, but this is going to be the best vacation ever! Song playing, All-Star, Smash Mouth. I wish I could hear it, but you know, they can't put links into fanfics. And you know, the problem with putting this song is. Well, actually, I see two. Number one annoys me. All-Star Shashmouth. The person forgot to put the frickin' M. How do you miss the M? It's Smashmouth, not Sashmouth. Sashmouth is that lame garage band that plays outside my house every Tuesday. Speaking of which. And if I catch you guys trying to play on a Friday ever again, I'm bringing out the weapons. I swear. I hate Shashmouth. Smashmouth is awesome, but I hate Shashmouth. 2. Okay, let's say I'm not a fan of Smashmouth.
Who is it?
Oh, shut up. But let's say I'm not a fan of Smashmouth. How would I know what the group is? How would I know what All-Star is? I wouldn't know. And I'm not about to take 5 minutes away from my busy schedule to suddenly start playing Smash Mouth when I could be reading a fanfic. Remember, folks, when it comes to a site that doesn't allow you to link up to songs, just don't put it in and put the soundtrack onto a blog post or something. It'll make it easier, and the fans will actually appreciate you for it. The Eds were heading off to a brand new adventure. The drive there was very long. Ed poked his head out the window and let his tongue sail across the wind. It was now 4 p.m. and they were in the middle of the desert, and the Eds were currently doing their own business. Double D was working on the laptop, Eddie was listening to music on the iPod, and Ed was reading his comic books. It was now 7 p.m. At nighttime, Ed was sleeping with his head landing against the window and snoring. Eddie was sleeping, taking the back seats, and Double D was still awake, working on his laptop. The next day was early in the morning, and Ed was playing I Spy until Eddie made him stop. Bless his soul. Double D downloaded a game for the Eds to play, and they were more than happy to, but they were currently playing Halo 4 on multiplayer. Eddie thought it was a nerds game at first, but eventually grew accustomed to it, and he started playing a game of charades, with Double D obviously winning all the time, which annoyed Eddie, so he decided to let Double D be the one to give the guesses. This was also useless because Ed just kept on answering scientific stuff. In the end, Eddie kicked Double D out. The Eds passed Master Rushmore, with Eddie and Ed making fun of the statues by putting their finger up their statues, as if they were picking their noses. Double D, being the chatterbox, explained the history of the mountain. Usually Ed and Eddie ignored him. The bus stopped for the train to pass. As it did, the bus kept going. It was once again nighttime, and the bus stopped at the restaurant, KFC. Really? Stop the song! We're really doing a commercial for KFC in this fic? Well, I'll have you know, I do not fall for that type of stuff. I have no desire to eat KFC just by reading the word KFC on my fic. The Eds went off inside to eat, while the driver was having his own lunch. Luckily, both Eddie and Double D convinced Dad that the place didn't kill chickens, so they ate in place. After there, the lunch, they break off into the road again, with the Eds were once again sleeping, not knowing that they passed a sign with 2 arrows pointing left and right. One said Pete's Creek, and the other said Gravity Falls, Oregon. In the morning, the bus was now driving into the forest. It was crossing a bridge. Double D and Ed marveled at the sight of the waterfall. As they did, and nearing the town, the Eds were singing along with the song Eddie was playing, All-Star Smash Mouth. Oh, now you remember! I had to get stuck with listening to Smash Mouth all night. The bus stopped, and the Eds reached their destination. The three boys... The Tree Boys?
It takes a long time to form a scam in old dentist. Happy place, Ed. Happy place. Oh my, intriguing.
When you say Tree Boys, referencing Ed and Eddie, all I can imagine are tree ants looking up in the shape of the Eds. What? All my viewers, if you dare draw a fan art of that, I am out of here! I refuse to go any further! The Tree Boys walked out and took their suitcases, and the bus drove off. Ed waved goodbye at the bus, being the kind and nice one, as he joined his friends, who were surveying the town. It seemed friendly, and the citizens also seemed friendly, in a weird sort of way. Okay, here's my problem with that little montage that you just did. All of that would have worked better in a visual medium, not a literary medium. You're trying to make this into a show, but it doesn't really work. The momentum was all off, and the descriptions didn't really help support it. You could have just left out the what song it was and just describe to us the characters doing these things, saying which days they were doing it, and just sorting things up. Trying to make this into a music video really doesn't work. I could probably tell you more, but I think a lot of my fans probably already do know how they do it because I've done it several times by now on Fall. Speaking of which, Fall has just ended, and we're still trying to clean up after the after party. Eddie inhaled, then exhaled. Well, we made it, boys! Double D looked around.
Well, I guess this town is a bit smaller to Peach King, although it would take time to adapt to its environment.
Ed, however, was looking around excitedly as his eyes were darting around the place. Oh man, this place is so cool! Eddie rolled his eyes. You see that everywhere we go, Luppy! Ed was so excited, but it's still so cool! Eddie said, Ed, you think the bathroom is cool? Ed looked at Eddie. What? Eddie sighed irritably. Eddie looked at Double D and asked, So, I know we're in Oregon, but what is this place called? Double D took out a map on his case and responded,
Well, according to this, we are in a town called Gravity Falls.
Eddie scoffed. Gravity Falls? Lame! This place for astronauts or something? He said mockingly. Double D rolled his eyes, while Ed guessed in astonishment. Astronauts? Hey, see, Eddie? I told you this place was cool! Eddie looked at Ed. Shut up, Ed! And yes, Gravity Falls, a.k.a. Watchmozo's worst Disney animated thing ever. You're never gonna let me live it down, are you? Is the video still up?
Then no, I'm not letting you live it down.
I'm going to use that as ammunition. Any other classic shows that are really good, that have more mature content than you were expecting you care to say is the worst ever? Avatar. Certain shows that show up on Cartoon Network. Care to say how Hey Arnold is the devil? I especially love you to say that Hey Arnold was the worst. If you want to talk about some stuff that had some things that only adults would understand, please take a good look at Hey Arnold. Woo! Helga's childhood was not happy. Ed wasn't paying attention. Instead, he went running to a store called the Summerwing Superstore. Ed just burst into the store and went running into the... I think you're repeating yourself there. Running around the place like an overexcited child, Eddie yelled, Ed, you maniac! Get back here! Eddie and Double D went inside and were surprised by all the decorations and toys that were in there. They were all meant for Halloween, which of course was Ed's favorite holiday. It was no surprise he would go inside. Ed was running all over the place, making it a hard time for his friends to catch up with him. Ed yelled out, Ed! Get back here this instant, mister! Excuse me, my goes. But, oh, sorry. Wrong Ed. I was just so getting annoyed by how many times this sentence is not giving a chance for any of the characters to, you know, differentiate themselves because the writer forgot to press the stupid enter button!
Edward, come here this instant, mister. Excuse me, my language, but your antics are giving me an ulcer.
Eddie looked at Double D. Well, sockhead, that was really get his attention, he said sarcastically. Double D glared at Eddie. Speaking of Ed, we were speaking of Ed. He was in their aisle of the store, and something caught his attention. It was a row of bobbleheads. When he does one, it made him cybernetic laugh. Ed giggled uncontrollably, and he kept pressing it and loving the sound it was making. Ed then heard another one. Looked up and saw an overweight man wearing a cape and a shirt and a question mark doing the same thing. The man looked and said, They make funny sounds, right, dude? Ed responded, Yeah, they do. They continued the same antics for a few seconds when Ed spoke up. My name's Ed, he introduced the man. The man and said, Sup, her name's Seuss, dude. Hey, Seuss, dude. Ed replied, Oh, how did I know these two were going to get along well together? Went back to the skulls. They were giggling and sound once again. Ed looked up. They make funny sounds. Hee hee. Seuss looked up. Yeah, they do, dude. They continued on until a voice came. Ed, there you are! Ed looked behind him and saw Eddie and Double D with angry looks on their I hate to be once again Mr. Educator again, but if I may bring up my keyblade. There! T-H-E-R-E is a location. There! T-H-E-Y apostrophe R-E is a descriptor. There! T-H-E-I-R is a ownership pronoun. One of these things isn't like the other. Please use your freaking beta! This is why every good fanfic writer should need to remember to go get themselves an editor. That and a hammer. So that way they can bash their laptops on the side of the head for messing it up and forcing it to suffer the following fic. To all you laptops who've had to actually sit through this, I apologize. I really do. But I could have been reading a Scooby-Doo fic. I'm sorry. I could have been reading a supernatural story. My apologies. And he continued, "What the heck do you think you're doing, moron? We gotta go!" Ed frowned. "But it makes a funny sound, Eddie." Sue spoke. "Yeah, dude. These things are pretty cool." Double D and Eddie looked at Sue's and smart Ed and said,
I see you are arranging your friends, Ed.
Ed looked up. "What?" Eddie groaned. "Hey, can we get the heck out of here so we can find this place called the Mystery Shack?" He complained. When he heard those words, Sue said, "Mystery Shack? Hey, I know the place." Double D asked curiously, "You do?" Sue nodded. "Oh yeah, sure, dudes. Just string ahead to the woods and you'll find there in no time." Eddie what? Hey, you know that is. No. Sue said, and he sighed. "Come on, let's go." We were about to leave. He looked back and found still with Seuss and playing with the bobbleheads. Ed was suddenly pulled by Eddie and Double D by his legs as he waved Seuss goodbye. "Bye, Seuss, dude!" Seuss waved back. "See you, Ed, dude," he said as he went back to the skulls. As the eggs exited the store, they followed the direction where Seuss told them to go. It was very long, and Double D was worried that they may have gotten lost, while Eddie was getting angry, thinking he had been tricked by the guy. Ed was, however, running on forest having fun. This is his nature. Eddie groaned. "Are we there yet, Socket? My feet are killing me!" he complained. Double D looked at the map.
Well, we are going the right path, Eddie, but I don't see how long the destination is.
Ed was spinning in the air and cartwheeling and feeling free, enjoying the outdoors. Ed couldn't help but laugh at his friend's silly behavior.
Sometimes I wish I could share Ed's optimism.
Eddie laughed a bit. "Well, at least Ed's having a good time. But as I was saying, are we there yet?" he shouted.
Dougie quickly replied, Eddie, please calm yourself. We should be there shortly.
But Eddie still complained. "Calm myself? We're in the middle of a forest doing knows what direction. My arms are killing me for dragging my suitcase." Dougie sighed, annoyed by his friends complaining. As they continued arguing, Ed was doing backflips while laughing when suddenly he heard the rustling and saw a bush shaking. Ed gulped, thinking it was a monster. Got closer, suddenly it jumped out. Ed saw his eyes tight and closed his eyes. "I surrender! Don't eat me!" But he groaned when he saw a squirrel. Ed's eyes widened and said, "Oh, a beaver!" Unaware it was actually a squirrel. "What's that little guy you want? You cord?" The squirrel chirped, and Ed said, "Acorn for a beaver!" Ed then dived into his pocket and looked for one. Under the edge, the squirrel suddenly pulled back in the bush. With an unseen force, the bush rustled around for a few seconds before it stopped. Ed finally got the acorn. "Okay, little beaver, I got your acorn right here." As Ed turned, the critter was gone. Ed looked left and right. It was nowhere to be found. "Hey, little beaver, where did you go?" He turned and saw a giant black skeletal hand come out of the bush. It was about to grab Ed. Whoa, narrator. Don't need to get excited. No need to get excited. Ed perked up, and he heard Eddie yell in the distance. "Ed, quit fooling around! Come on!" Ed ran to Eddie, completely unaware of the large hand it missed. "I am Ed!" He yelled back, and the hand retracted suddenly. Two large, piercing red eyes narrowed in Ed's retreating form. Minutes passed as Eddie finally lost it. "That's it! I've had it!" Eddie turned around, stopping in another direction. Double D looked at Eddie.
Eddie, wait, where are you going?
"I'm going back to town to polarize that fatso!"
Okay, Feeble, allow me to show you the problem with this sentence, and maybe you can understand why this pisses me off so much.
Ahem. Eddie turned around, stopping in another direction. As Double D looked back at Eddie.
Eddie, where are you going? I'm going back to town and I'm gonna pulverize that fatso.
Double D swiftly ran out in front of him, his hands up.
Eddie, please calm down. Let's be rational about this,
he reasoned, but Eddie shoved Ed out of the way. Once he cleared a bush, he froze, and eyes wide, Double D joining and fixing his cap.
Eddie, can we please? Yes, it's easy, but what are...
Eddie looked up and saw Double D's head, and turned in his direction. Eddie's no surprise. It wasn't long until Ed joined, and the two sight. The Eds finally made it and found the mystery shack. The mystery shack had no less than 4 exits. At the main entrance, the porch entrance, another small door sank into the floor platform, and the gift shop door. There was also a cellar door under the gift window. One side sloppy roof with the mystery shack's name, but had a small platform cooler on top. The roof with the gift sign also had a weather vane that had the letters WHAT instead of the usual NWES. Why am I hearing the Gravity Falls theme? And he broke out his threats. Ha! See, go ahead and tell your boys we're going in the right direction.
Don't looked at Eddie dumbfounded. Yeah, just a minute here, mister.
Ed suddenly ran like he was one of the Sugar Rush faces. Heavy place, heavy place, heavy place. The other two Eds ran out, Eddie yelling, Idiot! You wait! Ugh. First time Ed and Eddie in Gravity Falls was featured on the show, and the fic sucked! Ugh. The idea is sound. Have the Eds go to Gravity Falls on vacation. That idea works. The idea behind it is sound. What makes this fic suck so much is the freaking execution. I'm just worried that I look at the next chapter, I'm just going to find that this whole entire thing is just the episodes of Gravity Falls with the Eds in it. Which, as I've always told you folks, if I wanted to watch an episode of something, I would actually watch the episode. I do not want it transcripted before me in front of a fanfic. Please see one of Samus was there, and a few others that have popped up on this series. I'm looking at you, Flash Crossover! Don't think I have forgotten you. What also makes me miffed is, again, the syntax and the grammar of it all. One thing that will drive me out of a fic faster than anything else is to mess up pressing the simple enter button. I still don't get how people mess that up. I still don't understand how people can slip it up. It's a basic grammatical thing. It's something you learn when you're in elementary school, and yet people don't do it. Bad fic writers just don't do it for some odd reason. I don't know why. It's not that hard to do, and one quick look over will tell you that you messed it up. But there are also a bunch of other grammatical errors too. For instance, the entire sentences go running on and on and on to the point where I'm left breathless. There are very few commas, and along with the misplaces, since the characters speak like that, there's no way to really tell who is speaking what at what time. You have to just hold your nose and pray to Celestia you know the characters well enough to be able to catch up. Frequently, during the whole entire Seuss and Ed conversation, I was losing my place as to where Seuss stopped talking and Ed started talking. That should not happen as much as it did. And also, the story didn't really flow. It took a really, really long time to get anywhere. Well, if you think like that, we can always try again the week after that, the week after that. I don't think so, Bill. You see, here's one little problem. What? Me and my 6 friends here, we've battled Chaos Gods before. I think you'll find we've won a lot. Hit it, girls. Get him out here. There's one thing I can't stand when it comes to chaos beings is I have to put them in stone statues. Well, at least I'm always here. You know, Discord, I got a lot of questions to ask you, but I'm tired. That was one down. That's just more to go. See you guys next time.